Welcome to episode 3 of the RSC podcast, and today I have a very special guest. Most of you know him as Mattattacks, and he has a great YouTube channel called Mattattacks RSC Vanilla, and go ahead and introduce yourself, Matt.
Hey everybody, it's Mattattacks. It's good to be here.
Nice.
Get that? Okay.
I did get that. It is working. I did not know you could do that.
Yeah, it's good to be here. I'm excited to talk all things RSC on this podcast. So I'm just going to let Beast take the reins and do what he does normally, and I'll chime in with some clever quips and air horns, I guess.
Sounds good. All right, well, let's get into this episode. So, the perspective title of this episode is I Quit. Because something happened last month, and I've quit RSC Private Servers, like, completely. I've decided not to play them anymore. Exactly, that's the sound effect.
Too fitting.
Exactly. So, yeah. I made a blog post about this, and it's understandable if not many people read it, but you can go ahead and read it. It just says goodbye private servers, and it kind of explains the whole reasoning behind it. But I'll also get into it a little bit here because it's a bit involved. It was triggered by RSC Vanilla's recent update. So RSC Vanilla has added a cert all, uncert all option to certers. So it basically just means that when you go to a certer, instead of having to only do 5 certs at a time, you can now just, even if you have like 10,000 certs, you can just uncert all, and it just goes directly into your bank. So this triggered it, but it's not like the only reason why I quit Vanilla and all the other private servers. Guys, I've been kind of wanting to get out for a while. I don't know. I just don't love it anymore as much as I used to. And I mean, like, RSC Vanilla, its recent updates, I don't agree with them, and now I don't feel like I want to play there anymore. And then Open is, like, still not a place for me because they still don't believe in, like, they haven't gotten back to me about Zephyr, and I assume he's still frowned upon there, and I'm just not interested in, chilling out there because of the whole Zephyr situation. And that's in the blog post as well if you want to read more about that. And then there's, like, free RSC, which, I don't know, it just seems kind of sus, like I said in that one stream. So there are, like, multiple reasons. So, like, the first reason is I've been wanting to, like, kind of, like, exit this scene for a while. Why? Just because I had it, I did it, and now I kind of, like, I'm good to move on. The other thing is, like, it kind of feels good not to have to worry about all your accounts anymore. Like, I had, like, more than 5 accounts I was working on at the same time in Vanilla. And so when you, like, don't have to worry about, like, leveling up those accounts anymore, it's kind of like a weight is lifted, kind of.
I feel your pain.
And, I mean, the recent updates with Vanilla, I mean, I haven't really been a huge fan of them. Like, they redropped rares, which I thought Zell at one point said, like, in 2019, I'm never going to do that. And he ended up doing it, which wasn't a huge deal, but it was kind of like something I didn't like. And then increasing, like, the number of spawns in the wilderness to an unauthentic level is something I didn't really like. And I don't know, there's been some updates that happened that I haven't been a huge fan of.
Should I talk a little bit about each of these?
Go ahead.
I mean, just briefly. We don't want to be here for 2 hours.
Right.
But yeah, the spawns in the wilderness, I was against that. When they first launched the poll, it was very vague, and I said no. But after I saw what he did, it's not quite like CustomScape. You know what I mean? He only added a couple and tried to fix the radius, so it wasn't as bad as that I thought it was going to be. I thought they were going to, like, double it.
Okay.
So
that's good information. Yeah.
It wasn't too bad, but everything else is, I mean, just as you said, certing, rares redropping, new events, holiday events anyway.
Mm-hmm. The holiday events were cool. I like those. I mean, I didn't get to attend them. I thought it was cool that they happened, though.
Yeah, we had a really good turnout. Almost 100 people for Halloween.
I know that Draenor scene was mobbed.
It was great.
Yeah, I mean, I think Vanilla is a really, really good server to play still. I mean, I just think it's just not for me because I just wanted it to be like, I see this certing thing kind of like, it just changes things for me. Like, utility wise, if you can just click once and it like changes 10,000 certs into like 50,000 coal, I mean, it's just not the same game to some extent for me.
Yeah, I get it.
And so it was just kind of something I didn't like. So basically, when I quit Vanilla, I also quit all the other private servers just because I felt like, you know, like a door's opening, I'm just going to go. You know, for some reason, I just wanted to go. And since then, I felt like it was the right decision, even though I hate to leave behind some friends in those servers and not like finish like the accounts I started, and also not like finish the videos I had planned and all that kind of stuff. So it's just kind of a downer. Go ahead.
Kind of takes a little bit of a hit, you know.
Yeah.
When you decide to move on, but I mean, you're doing your own thing, so hopefully you'll have that going soon. And I mean, yeah, I can't answer this as if it's my server. I can only say this from my perspective. I think it's a little bit of a few things. It's wanting to please the masses, because it's kind of hard to justify having a server with 2 to 5 or 3 to 8 players at a time,
Right.
and justify keeping that around. I think that's where Fate is in that position, and I don't want to speak for him, but I think that's what I'm seeing, and that's why it's going in the direction that it is.
Totally. I agree with that because the player base has changed completely. I mean, the transfers kind of changed like the player base and its opinions sort of things. Like, I don't know. These guys are like, they're more a fan of like, you know, quality of life features. And, you know, the people that started Vanilla, like a lot of them, like me, we came directly from Open. And so we wanted Vanilla, which was advertised as a replica when it first launched, or, you know,
sort
something
of
close.
chocolate swirl now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like RSC
might need
chocolate.
A name change. Yeah,
RSC chocolate swirl. It's not completely chocolate, but it's a new player base. They want different things than the old player base did, and that's fine. The service community is changing. It's just not the right thing for me anymore.
I think to you and I, custom. When we say custom scape, I think that means like more of like a modded wilderness, and that's the kind of thing that I hate. But something like certing, I mean, we're close, but we're not quite in the same camp. It's something like the certing wasn't a huge deal to me, and it was just wanted by so many people. If you were to say no to it, you would be in the minority. Just like the NPC update, I like I said, I voted no. You're in the minority, and it passes. So there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I said, you are doing your own thing. That way, you are not beholden to anyone in the future. Their idea of what classic should be. So I think it's cool that you're creating your own thing, and bravo, hats off.
Thank you, and that's a good segue because that's the next point. So need free to play. So in my blog post, I said need free to play is kind of like a question mark now, and it was when I first decided to quit, and now I think it's less of a question mark. I think it's probably still going to happen. It's not canceled to me. Like, I don't know. Some of my friends chimed in when I said that I was quitting Vanilla and all the other private servers, and they were excited and wanted to. And they were like, basically, need free to play. When is it coming? So I don't know. There are just some words exchanged that made me miss free to play lifestyle and that kind of play style. And so it's probably not canceled. In fact, I was planning on working on the website today and probably tomorrow. So I don't know when that's going to release. I think it's definitely going to release at some point. The plan in the last month or so was to release it by spring, and that is totally doable. We could even maybe do it sooner, but this is kind of a project where it's like, it depends on how much time I have, right? Like, there are a lot of things I want to do with the website. I want to make sure there are high scores. I want to make sure there's account management. Like, that stuff I want to make sure is there before the server goes live. So there's a lot of work to do. And if you want to join the Discord and catch updates, you can. So Need Free Play is still coming at some point. Next point I want to make is I'm probably not going to be streaming Emo, Rev, or Dynasty, just because I'm kind of exiting the private server scene. And so that landscape video I mentioned is probably not going to happen, and I apologize to most of you. I know you guys were looking forward to me playing those servers and making that video, and I was too, and it just doesn't fit in now. I'm not going to say it's never going to happen, because I might come back to private servers someday, but for now I'm not planning on it. So
they're so quick to get into, it would be, like someday you could do it, and very, very quickly have a... Like, I just experimented with Dynasty the other day, and I was, they had double XP going on, and it was so fast. It was just dopamine, just a giant dopamine hit.
Yep. Yeah, I enjoyed RSC Cabbage, because it was kind of like the levels came so fast.
Oh, yeah. And that's the one with the super fast speed, right?
Right.
Like, you run everywhere.
Yeah. So the other thing I was going to say is that uploads will continue on the Beast Fable channel, just slowly. Also, I will have more information on the channel and what's going to be happening with it at the end of this. RSC Vanilla received an update, so I'm going to go ahead and look at the web... Oh, wait, I don't think it's on the website, is it? Crap. I think I have notes from Discord, though, that someone shared. I'm going to go over a few...
Yeah, if not, I can tell you.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
What was the first thing you were going to talk about?
Oh, I was gonna go over the screenshot where it said like add hits, prayer, and fatigue, like that list of game changes.
Oh, okay. So when you're in game and you hit F2, you'll have the hits. I'm on my mod account, so I'll have extras, but hits, prayer, and fatigue will be on the left-hand side.
Oh, okay.
In green.
Next to FPS.
Yeah.
Okay,
so you won't have to open your stats to look at that now, which to me is pretty convenient.
Yeah.
Let's see. The second thing was the NPCs. We already talked about that. It was a few spots: giants in the wilderness, hobgoblins, and something else.
The other ones I'm seeing, I think they said hobgoblins, zombies, and giants.
Yeah, I think they tweaked the graveyard a little bit, but it's not quite like preservation. It's not mobs.
Just to go over the other ones I'm seeing here, the bullet points: remove the IP display on login welcome window. I think that's cool for streamers, but also isn't that like a little bit dangerous, because then if someone hacks you and they don't change your password or something, then you don't know if someone logged into your account from a different IP. I don't know.
I guess it is, yeah.
Good and a bad thing.
Yeah.
Would be nice if that was
I was one of the ones who asked for it.
Yeah. No, I think it's probably mostly a good thing. I mean, I don't think people are going to hack into other people's RSC Vanilla accounts. It just doesn't seem likely. Adjusted success rates on the following skills: thieving, fishing, mining, woodcutting. This is subject to change, as the bonus added to these success rates is roughly 1/5 of the previous original rates. So does that mean that it's harder to train those skills?
No, that means that they're easier now.
Oh, okay.
So for the first 4 years, skilling had its rates, okay, and then for 1 year, we had upped rates. Like thieving was impossible, and then fishing and woodcutting were both hard. So all three of those have been made easier. Thieving may be a little bit too easy now, but it's back where it was for the first 4 years, and I think that's a good thing, because you have a scoreboard with mixed numbers now,
right. Exactly.
So again, chocolate swirl.
Yeah, I remember when I was first playing on Attics and training thieving, I was like, this is just insane RNG. Like, what is happening here? Like, I couldn't believe how many successes I had gotten.
Right.
Yeah. The next thing is added server status display on Discord. I have no idea what this means.
I think it's just if the server's up or down.
Ah, cool. That's cool. Edit inserting all. Oh yeah, that's what we talked about. Yeah, the last two are the ones we already talked about. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It seems like a mostly positive update for the people that want those things, and I think that's all I really have to say about it. Unless you have anything else.
No, I think we pretty much covered it.
Yeah. Okay. The next point I have is I had an interesting adventure in the wilderness in RSC Vanilla this past weekend, last weekend. So apparently nothing goes unnoticed in RSCV's wilderness now, which I love. Like basically, if you try to have like a secret like team war between you and your friends, it's just like there are like spies and people in the wilderness everywhere, and it's much more like 2004 or 5 or 6 now, where it's like you can't actually just enter the wilderness now and walk around with a party hat and stuff, and I kind of love it.
Yeah, there's clans and there's feelers. They have these level 3 accounts that just and they camp them around popular spots and they log in, see if anyone's on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely more active, I would say. It's not crazy,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to have a 2v2 with a couple of friends, and we were originally going to go to the lava maze, and then we got found out there, and so we switched locations, and then we went somewhere else completely random that you would never think to look, and then we got found there, and it was just we just got PJ'd again.
And this was on the weekend too, so that's
well, it's expected to me.
Yeah, if you could try to do something like that, I know you're not going to, but now. But I mean, like a weekday might not be as bad.
Exactly, that might have been smarter. Because RSCV's wilderness is just crazy on Saturdays and Sundays. That's when everybody plays. The Finnish players are on, the US players are on, everybody's on. So yeah, it's not good for those days. If you're trying to do secretive RSC wilderness stuff.
Or the WOSM challenge, that would be impossible now.
Oh yeah, exactly. I've been logged into it since the Valhalla guys got here. But I also haven't really wanted to play that account. If Snyder's back, I don't know if he's back for real. He came back. It was so funny. We logged in on Saturday, and he was just logged in for the first time in months, maybe years. So that was cool. I don't know if he's going to stay around, but that was cool to see. Yeah, it's kind of weird because it feels like RSC Vanilla kind of feels like SpyScape now. It's you can't, if you're trying to plan a battle or something or gear up in preparation for something in the wilderness, you can't just do it in Edge. It doesn't work that way anymore. They're just spies everywhere.
All of the guys from RSCP that left or were, banned, kind of, they have this clan,
mm-hmm.
and and then it started clan versus clan,
mm-hmm.
and then you have Scar all in the middle of it, and it's just, it's more clan-based, it feels like.
Yeah. I think it's a positive thing.
And it's been deserted for so long.
It has. Next talking point was ZombieScape. So this is a weird idea I had a month ago. I think it'd be really cool to make... It wouldn't be a private server because it wouldn't be something you would log into and play. I mean log into a remote server and play. I think this would be a single player mod for RSC. So the idea is it's totally survival based. So you spawn in Lumbridge, there's no tutorial island or anything, and there are just zombies everywhere. So anything from the level 20 kind to undead ones, further in towards Varrock. And you're only level 3, and basically you're just trying to survive, and the goal is to get to Varrock. Get to Varrock Palace and actually close the doors and make it that far without dying.
Like Call of Duty Zombies, but for RuneScape.
Exactly.
I like it.
What's weird about this, though, is that RSC is a very grind forward game, and I would kind of want to make it not like that. Like, I don't want to have to be like, okay, you spawn in Lumbridge, now go to chickens for an hour. Like, it's supposed to be more like just survival based, no grinding. So I'll have to figure out what items I would have to like spawn or provide the player, or maybe like they'd automatically get levels after a certain point. I don't know. Something to not make it a grind fest, to make it more like an adventure game.
Right. That sounds cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. It would just require like a lot of like skill and perseverance to basically make it to the end goal. So yeah, I think I'd like to work on that at some point. I don't think it'd be too hard either, because I have worked with like an OpenRSC server on my local and like changing spawn points. I think they're all in like a JSON file or something. So you just change the X and Y values, and you can add additional objects. So like I could just take some zombie spawn in maybe Rock Dungeon or something and just duplicate it and set the spawn points to like Lumbridge, and it should be doable. So we're gonna like stop halfway through here. I'm gonna ask Matt a few questions. So the first question is, and I already sent this to you, so you know what it is. What are your thoughts on the vanilla update that just launched? There are no wrong answers.
Well, I like I said before, I think it's good for some players, and it's, you know, the purists obviously hate it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like I said before, you're always going to be beholden to the devs and the admins' idea of RSC.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, if you pull the players, it's more of a mob rule.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of in that state right now. I would say
Right.
I like most of the things about it. But yeah, it's for the, like I said, the purists probably
Right.
don't
Exactly.
as much.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that sums it up really well. What do you think vanilla needs right now? What are your gripes with it, if any?
I think it needs an identity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
The first thing that came to mind was the website.
Mm-hmm.
There's no RSC in the title, so you kind of don't know what you're getting into.
Exactly.
And like I said, with merging both of them, see, when I started, it was RuneScapeClassic.org, the website. So it kind of it doesn't have an identity,
Mm-hmm.
and its SEO really isn't that bad when you search for it on Google or whatever your search engine, DuckDuckGo, Brave. I've used them all, just trying to see what where it shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to rsc.vet, there is no illusion of what you're getting yourself into, right?
Yep.
But with Dragonfire, it's a little bit iffy. So I think that's probably the main thing they could tune.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next question is, where do you want to take your YouTube channel? So what I mean by this is like, what are your ideas for doing in the future? Do you have any planned new series coming out? Do you want to continue any older ones?
I think I want to keep it going, but I don't think I'm going to be as active on it. To me, it's just been a fun place to hang out and record some stuff and share with people what I enjoy. So it takes a lot of it takes a lot of your time, and you've got to be inspired to do it and keep doing it.
Yep.
So I say it will remain a thing. I will try to keep doing what I'm doing, but probably not as much as I have in the past.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's the same with me. I think it's going to be tough to like upload actively if I'm not playing on private servers. I don't play RSC single player, so I mean, I think we'll get to this at the end of the video, but I mean, I think I have a few ideas for future videos and things I can work on, but there's not going to be that constant source of inspiration, because I feel like when I'm playing RSC on a private server, I'm always doing something, I'm interacting with something where it's like, hey, that would be a funny meme, or that would be a funny challenge, or something like that. So I don't have that constant source of inspiration anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be inspired, and it has to be, at this point, I'm like, it has to be good. There has to be something behind it, or I'm not putting this out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
next question would be, are you going to make more of the getting to know videos?
I would love to, and I would actually like to do something like we just done today. Voice calls.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first two, they weren't voice calls. They were they were just kind of thrown together. I asked them questions in Discord. They sent me their responses, and I read them all. But a voice call would have been much better. And I would like to get back to that. I would actually like to sit down and do one with Fate too,
Yeah.
or Zephyr, or you. Yeah,
Totally.
I've thought about bringing that back, and you're not the first person to ask, so I probably should.
It'd be awesome. Man, I love the backdrops you put in those videos. Like the first one was amazing, where you both have like microphones on a pool table, and you're both
We're
like
tiny.
Yeah, it's like the RSC characters, so it's like shorter than the actual bar stool itself. It was so cool. And then the second one was even better because you added like neon signs in the background, and I thought the use of textures was really like good. So I hope to see more of that in the future.
I hope to do more.
Awesome. All right, these next two questions, one of which I haven't sent you, but it's not like a crazy question or anything, are a bit like more on the RSC side. What is your favorite RSC cape color?
You know what? I maybe. Okay, Legends isn't a choice, right?
No, it can't be a choice. You can choose Legends.
Okay. It would have to be either green or Legends.
Nice. Green is a good one.
I do like black and orange too, so.
Yeah. Mine are, I love orange and blue. I think those are my favorites.
Yep.
Last question would be favorite RSC skill and why?
Ooh. Huh. Favorite skill? I don't know. Wood cutting?
Nice.
And fletching?
Mm-hmm. Doing them together.
Yeah, I'm just thinking anything other than training attack or magic, and I'm not thinking about that, or ranged.
Mm-hmm.
So skill wise, I would say that's probably my favorite one.
Nice. Wood cutting. Okay, cool. Wood cutting and fletching. All right. Next point was I've been playing some OSRS, and this is only relevant to RSC because it's been on the RSC only account. So I've been playing on this account that's RSC only. Basically, that means I can only interface with like NPCs that existed in RSC. I can only use items that existed in RSC, etc. for quests and locations and stuff. So I've been playing on that a bit. I have a huge smithing grind. I have like 42,000 iron ore that I have to turn into steel bars, and it's just a huge slog. It's gonna be like, I don't even know, months and months and months if I'm actively working on it. And I'm currently at 72 smithing, and the goal is to get to 99 in free to play in OSRS, which I'm still hoping to do. And getting 88 smithing, just like that, is going to be juicy because like this is an account that I can only like get armor from by getting it as a drop or smithing it. So basically I'm stuck with mithril armor except for rune med. So it would be so cool to get adamant armor on that account because I've had mithril armor for like 2 years now. On and off playing, of course. Yeah, so I've been playing that a little bit. Other games I've been playing that aren't really
That's
relevant.
a lot of ore. I just wanted to say, what did you say, 44,000?
42,000 to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Other than that, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Gold and Blue on my Game Boy Color, and been playing console games like PS2 games and Dead Space on Xbox and stuff like that. So, been staying busy.
I don't do console games. I do like other Steam games.
Mm-hmm. What have you been playing?
Let me see. Let me bring it up. Hell Let Loose, which is a World War II first-person shooter. Valheim. Grim Dawn, I looked into again because they had an update. So yeah, I'm not all RuneScape all the time.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's good to play other games sometimes.
Yeah, it doesn't bug your eyes out as much.
Exactly. Next talking point was just upcoming videos. So what videos are upcoming for the Beast Fable channel? I think my next priority, except for this one, of course, which is coming out like tomorrow or Monday. Next priority would be the RSC Secrets video, I think, because that's been like, the script has been finished for like 6 months now or something. I just gotta finish it. It's a good video. There are a lot of things in there that some people that play RC now probably don't know about. And I'm just gonna finish it because the script is written. I just have to do over the voiceovers and upload that. And other than that, I don't know exactly. It's like I said, it's very inspiration based when I upload. So it's gonna be like, I'm just gonna look at my list of video ideas that I have and just pick one and just work on it at some point. Recent videos. So I just want to go over a few recent videos that I uploaded. I think a few didn't have enough edits, and I don't necessarily want to use this time to be like, my videos suck, guys. But I just think a few of these could use some additional coats of paint. Like if I look at the exactly. If I look at the classic PKing tips video, like it's a pretty good video, but what I see of this video that you guys might not be seeing is that the video doesn't really line up with the audio all the time. So like sometimes I'm talking about something completely different from what you're seeing. So like I'm in Edgeville and I'm just like thumbing over my prayers, but I'm talking about like potions or something. It was just something I didn't want to have to sync up, and it was just a little bit lazy. But it's hard for me to look at my own videos after I upload them, because if they're not perfect, then it's just, I don't know why, it's just hard for me to look at them.
I saw that one and I didn't notice it. I just wanted to say that was a good video too.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad nobody
And then the
noticed.
the one you did before that was really good, but I can't remember the title.
Battle for Cannon Base.
It might have been that one.
It's the PK video with the altar shenanigans. Yeah, that one turned out really good. Zig chose the audio for this, but it's a great song that's used in a lot of like old PK videos. And God, it's so hard for me to watch sometimes, only because like I did so badly in this fight. Like Justice hits me for like 29 like 2 times in a row, and I just hit like absolutely nothing on him. I only won that fight because of my teammates and because I like tanked some hits. Like that's it. Yeah. So sometimes you have fights like that, though. Sometimes you have fights like that where you just can't hit anything, and it's all about like teamwork. So other than that, other recent videos was the Wizard Cromperty video. Wizard Cromperty is evil. I thought that video turned out fantastic. There was like one frame where it should have like stayed on Cromperty for like a few more seconds, but other than that, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, you're good with the memes. I think even if you don't play on private servers, you might have an idea and just record in one spot.
Totally.
It's not like you're playing the game, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the car. What was the car shear?
Yeah, the car shear goes on a KB trip.
Yeah, it's got like 25,000 views.
That one exploded, dude. I can't believe
the memes.
Yeah, that one. It just hit the algorithm like super hard. Like everybody was watching it for some reason.
For sure, it did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got more ideas for meme videos written down. I just haven't made them yet. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. I meant to put this in the talking points and I didn't, but basically, I've learned how to make animations in Adobe Premiere like way easier. Like I used to do frame by frame animation for like a simple movement. Like if you have an RSC character on one side of the screen and you want him to just hover over to the right side. Like I used to do that frame by frame, and I don't know why, but basically what I'm trying to say is like I learned how to, in Adobe, just say, here's the beginning, here's the end. It's just 2 breakpoints, and it automatically like animates that based on those 2 breakpoints. So that's huge for future meme videos and videos in general.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember you had a few videos that had really good animation. One of them was like the El Curib one at night or something, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's like janky, dude. I would do it all like frame by frame, or try to figure out how to, once I figured out how to make the background transparent and isolate the character, I was like, oh no, it's a whole new world. You can put him anywhere,
Right. that fight between all the different characters at the end.
Right.
That was amazing, dude.
Yeah. I mean, and sometimes it's the ones you put the most work into get the least amount of views.
I know, right? Only
So
57 views and 2 upvotes. Like, what the hell?
yeah, it's like you try less and then it blows up. So
So stupid.
that's YouTube for you.
Exactly. The other recent video I wanted to cover was just the most recent one, which is the My Stream music. And honestly, I don't know if I really should have uploaded this one. It's just, it's okay. See, it's a low effort video that I didn't really like redo the voiceovers or anything when I messed up and said the wrong program or anything. It just looks kind of sloppy though to me because it's just so poorly done. But I think every once in a while I'm going to upload that. I'm not going to feel proud of it or anything. I mostly just made that video just because someone was curious and I was like, well, in case other people want to know, this is what it is. Okay, so the final 2 points are, first, what does this channel become now? So I've thought about maybe taking this channel and doing something other than with RSC with it, like making it not just an RSC channel, turning it into something else. Like lots of people, they upload whatever they want to upload because they upload whatever the latest games they're playing. So if they're playing Halo, they start uploading Halo videos because that's what they're playing. I'm playing other video games right now too. I'm just not interested in that. I want to keep this like an RSC channel like forever. And like if I have other interests, I just want to like have different channels for them because I just look at like the banner at the top and I'm like, yes, this is an RSC channel. I want to keep it like this. I love this banner art and I just don't want to change it. So
can I speak for your fans too?
Go for it.
I think they all want that too. And then you're making your own server. You could promote it, and you have all these fans of Classic already. It would be dumb not to use your platform to grow that server.
Yep.
So
thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it's the right choice to just keep it the way it is. And, hey, if I go 6 months without an upload, I mean, I just wasn't feeling inspired, or I didn't have any ideas, or I just was too busy. And, I mean, I think that's kind of how my channel is going to go. It's kind of how it's always been. It's like sometimes I might go 6 months without uploading anything. It's not like I want that to be that way. It's just that I'm too busy or, I don't have any ideas at the current time. So.
Yeah, it's always there. And your viewers are there.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. FYI, I am streaming some console games on my Twitch. It's linked on my YouTube, so if you do want to see what console games I'm playing, you can just check that out. But I won't be streaming any console games on YouTube. So that is there if you want to check it out. The final talking point is just what's next. What's coming up for me? What RSC projects am I looking forward to working on now that I won't be playing RSC as much? Personally, I think now is a great time to continue the RSC Archive project, which is basically a small project of mine where I'm just trying to get all my official server recordings on my Alt Fable account. So every once in a while, I'll upload old videos from official servers on Alt Fable. Why? It was kind of like for preservation. Like there might be something in some video of mine that people need evidence of or something, And I also just think I just kind of want to upload them all so that they're on there. I don't think they're safe at that point where it's like YouTube is never going to delete my videos or YouTube is never going to go away. I think that's totally possible at some point, but I still want to upload them all just so that they're there and people can look at them in a very raw fashion. So basically, I'm just going to be working on that, and all I need to do to work on that is just update these. Edit these videos lightly and then upload them to Alt Fable. So hopefully you guys will see more Alt Fable uploads coming soon.
I just wanted to say that's those videos are an incredible resource for questions like I had the ranged max hit, and how we were trying to differentiate how Vanilla and the OG Jagex RSC behaved in the wilderness and how range is calculated. So we have the evidence, but we still haven't implemented any kind of fix, but it's there. And I can't think of many other videos that have that.
Thank you. I appreciate
So it's
those
an
comments.
incredible resource.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I love looking back at them. When I look back at those videos, I not only get memories, but I also I remember how things used to be, and it is a good resource for finding out things like, did you know that dragons, when you attack them first, if they weren't a KBD dragon, you didn't need an anti-fire shield because they didn't give you any dragon fire damage. That's one example. So
yeah.
The other thing I'll be working on is the free-to-play website. So I'm definitely gonna be working on that more, hopefully sometime this weekend as well. I'm just looking forward to finishing it so that we can launch Need Free-to-Play. And just hopefully get that finished in the next month or so. The other project I still need to work on, I'm not working on it, but the RSC randomizer. So this one might need a little bit of explanation. A while back, there's a stream on my YouTube channel somewhere where I played an RSC randomizer. So what that means is it randomized item locations. I think it randomized NPCs, and I think that's it. But it was basically a completely different experience because all of a sudden there were bankers in the wilderness or something, and there were quest items in Varrock, and it was just all kind of weird, and it made it interesting. But basically, the project is just it's an application that just takes OpenRSC's framework code, and it just takes those JSON files I was talking about before with all those X and Y values of item spawns and NPC spawns, and it just randomizes them. It just replaces one with the other. And it just says, hey, zombies used to be in, Varrock sewers. Now they're in Lumbridge or something like that. So it's just a really cool project that I really just need to work on a bit. I need to upload it to GitHub so people can actually run it. But I also need to make more updates to it because something I was thinking of doing was one really cool thing I could do is a scenery randomization, meaning Rune Rocks are no longer in the wilderness. Now they're in Varrock. Fishing spots for shark are now in, I don't know, Draenor or something. It just changes the game completely. And it's just, there's so much I can do with it. So I'm hoping to work on that soon.
That's cool because it's kind of like a custom scape thing that purists could get behind because they know that it's randomized and it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
The last thing I have planned is another RSC quiz. So you guys remember I made that one RSC quiz, and I'm hoping to just make more facts about official servers and RSC history. I'm hoping to make this next one a little bit easier. I think the last one was really hard. Not too easy, just a little bit easier and less super nitty gritty. This is how authentic things are supposed to function, how they worked in official, and more RSC history, who is the first to 99 crafting or something like that, those kinds of questions. So, hoping to do that.
Did you know that you get crafting experience when you dye a cape?
I did. But that's a good one.
Not many people do.
That's a good one. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I just found that out a couple months ago.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's 5 XP or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that wraps it up. And Matt, do you have any questions for me? Any comments? Any thoughts?
No, I just wanted to say thanks for having me on, and yeah, it's cool to talk this kind of stuff with. There's not too many people in the world that I can think of that I could have a conversation in depth about RSC and the exciting upcoming projects. That's cool. That's taking it into your own hands, and yeah. That's awesome. So, yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thank you, fans of Beast Fable 2, for putting up with me and my soundboard clips.
Those are amazing.
Yeah.
Definitely made the podcast better. I love it.
Yep.
Okay, well, guys, you can find Mattattacks on Mattattacks RSC Vanilla on YouTube. Just search for that. I'll also put a link to his channel in the description. Definitely go check him out. Get him a sub because he makes really, really good RSC discussion videos. And just really, really good content creator for RSC. So please go support him. And Matt, I hope you have a great day and a great weekend.
Awesome. Thank you.